Welcome to the Enactus World Cup 2021. My name is Jeff Houghton, and I'm a global citizen and one of 7.9 billion people on the planet. What can one person do to change the world? One person can start a movement, create a team, make a small difference in a community, change habits, behaviors, environments, and then bigger ones. Change a few lives, then change a few more. Bring power to people in need. Turn waste into energy. In turn, turn heads and change minds. Change everything. We can choose to buy only the brands that choose to take action. Choose leaders who choose to think beyond their own terms, who choose to think on our terms and long term. The 2030 global goals, the ones that stand boldly for no poverty, better education, reduced inequalities, and goal number 13, the most pressing of goals, the goal that asks the world to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. This is not for someone else. This is for us. All of us, right down to one of us, just one of 7.9 billion people on the planet that choose to take action. Welcome to Enactus. This is Passion on Purpose, and this is the race for climate action. This hour, we will meet 5 teams. They arrive to us as the top 5 of the 138 teams that entered the race for climate action from 23 Enactus countries. And while 5 teams have created projects that can scale and make a significant difference, the collective of 174 projects from all of the teams entering the race for climate action in just 1 year has made a tremendous difference. 2,937 students in 1 year have worked over 370,000 project hours, changing millions of lives, reducing over 24,000 metric tons of CO2 emissions, creating over 1,300 new jobs, and in 1 year, over $1 million in new revenues. These are hard changes that are not losing money. They are making money, and more importantly, making a real impact. It's the power of numbers, but the most powerful number is 1. That's you. Before we meet the teams, we will meet 2 business leaders from brands that are supporting the next-gen leaders of Enactus. The first is one brand that makes a real difference in their support to power prosperity. From Intuit, here now is Dave Zasada.
Hi, my name is Dave Zasada, and I lead corporate responsibility at Intuit. Intuit is a global financial platform that powers QuickBooks, TurboTax, Mint, and Credit Karma. We support financial well-being and prosperity for approximately 100 million customers around the world. Taking care of the planet and responding to climate change is core to our mission of powering prosperity. Our company strategy aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as we work together to protect the planet and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity in the near term. With our eyes on this critical next decade, we've set an ambitious climate positive goal that goes beyond our operational footprint to bring climate solutions to our customers, employees, and communities. And to achieve our climate positive goal, it requires fast tracking our ideas and ways of working together. We're partnering with Enactus because we share the bold vision of supporting the next generation of entrepreneurs by equipping them to respond to the climate crisis with innovative solutions. We're doing what it takes to bring the best and boldest ideas, the ones that will help us solve for our planetary crisis, to the forefront. We know the actions we take this decade to solve the climate crisis will impact our future and the future for generations to come. We hope you'll join us in our commitment to ensuring prosperity for all.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you, Intuit. I use QuickBooks, I really do. Thanks for making that, Dave. For all you do to support next-gen leaders of Enactus, we will meet the top 5 teams in the race for climate action right after we meet Kathy Duffy from AIG.
Hello, everyone. I am Catherine Duffy. I lead AIG's Bermuda Insurance Division. Thank you, AIG, for this opportunity to be an agent for change. I hear some young people do not believe or have faith in big business. I love that Enactus is helping to shift that belief by enabling partnerships between students, academic leaders, innovators, creators, global citizens and businesses such as AIG who are taking entrepreneurial action together to change the world for good. These partnerships illustrate how much more we can achieve when we work together as we share lessons learned and innovations we could build upon to serve society. How each pillar in society has a role to play for our world to become a better, more sustainable place. How we are learning to share innovations and knowledge across schools, building on each other's work. How students learn early on business can, in fact, be a force for good. AIG contributes our business acumen and global perspective to Enactus, gained from reinsuring and insuring some of the world's largest corporations, high net worth individuals, municipalities, public and private institutions, enabling us to share our understanding of the interconnectedness of people, infrastructure, economies, societal systems, and ecosystems. AIG became an early supporter of Enactus because we value you, our next generation of leaders, and your local access to pressing issues. We learned so much from your innovative thinking and your on-the-ground knowledge of what your local communities need to improve your livelihoods. Living on a small island like Bermuda and witnessing the impact climate change has on the ocean reinforces Global Goal 13 requires us all. The diversity of teams represented here is a perfect way for us to find solutions. Despite our differences, each one of us is facing the same challenge to take action to generate sustainable, positive impact on climate change, teaching us we are more alike than we are different. Well done to all participants. You are all amazing. You are our hope because you are the future. Let's enjoy a show of excellence in social innovation with the 2021 Enactus World Cup, the race for climate action. May the team with the most innovative, sustainable, and actionable solution to climate change win. Good luck as we all experience passion on purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy from AIG. From 138 teams who entered this first year of the Race for Climate, we introduce you to the top 5 teams. Judges will listen to the full 7-minute presentations, look at team reports, and consider the question and answer period that's about to start. A random drawing earlier determined the order of the 5 teams. Each team has provided a 77-second presentation. Each one will be followed by 6 minutes of question and answers. Questions have been selected for each of the teams. They will be moderated by Sean Kinghorn, Global Sustainability Leader at Intuit. Welcome, Sean, and welcome Enactus team number 1, Netaji Subhash, University of Technology, New Delhi, India, with Project Urujal.
And I ain't never turn it down. I'm loud, and I ain't never turn it down. I'm loud, and I ain't never turn it down. Make it down, take it down. I'm loud, and I ain't never turn it down. Shake, roll the dice, man, I live a life. Shake, shake, roll the dice, man, I live a life. Shake, shake, roll the dice, man, I live a life. Shake, shake, roll the dice, man, I live a life.
Hi, welcome team number 1, and congrats on being in the top 5 finalists. What is the most important thing people watching today can do to help the climate crisis, and how is your project addressing it?
Hi, I would like to
Thank
answer
you
the
so much.
question if that's all right. Thanks for the question, Sean. So, being from a country like India, which is one of the most vulnerable countries to climate change, we've been first-hand witnesses to the effects of the climate crisis. So, both of us, as well as our team members, believe that the youth of today, through grassroots level initiatives, can help combat the climate crisis. While we realize that the carbon footprint of an individual is far lesser, one might even say negligible compared to large corporations and oil companies, but we believe that cumulative and consistent efforts by people at an individual level can help build a more sustainable future. So I would personally like to recommend a mantra which is called DREW. Firstly, the D in DREW stands for diet. Be aware and be conscious about what you're consuming. Second, the R. The R stands for reduce, reuse, and recycle. The three things we've been hearing all our life, and hopefully many of us are also implementing in our day-to-day lives. E. E stands for electricity consumption and your electric appliances. Just a small thing, such as like turning off the light after you're leaving a room, can make a huge difference in saving the electricity for the future generations and moving for a more sustainable future. And lastly, W, which is water. Water is a limited resource. The amount of fresh water that we have is limited, right? So we believe that everybody should be conscious about how much water they're consuming and try to implement sustainable methods such as rainwater harvesting and just reusing the water. Maybe you can use it to you can reuse the water to water your plants, use it to wipe the floors, etc. But on a more community based level, these were everything that an individual can do on a personal level. But on a community based level, I believe that, and we believe that a person should be an active citizen. They should be aware about the sort of legislations that are coming into act in their particular country, and be and hold their local representatives accountable for all the policies that are coming regarding climate change and climate crisis, as well as renewable energy. These are all things that people can do at an individual and community levels.
I think I would also
Thank you
like to
so
add
much.
a few points here.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Like the project we, yeah, yeah. So the project we built actually operates entirely on the renewable energy principles. So anyone who is listening to this conversation right now, and anyone who is interested to make a product one day, I would suggest just go through basic principles of renewable energy and then try to make a product, because that will surely help the environment as well as your own self. Like you will also feel very good making one product that not only solves the problem that you are intending to solve, but also in some way solving the problem of climate crisis, which is like on the top of the head right now. Thank you so much. That's my answer.
Thank you. And where will this race project be in 4 years?
I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. How do you envision your project in 4 years now? How do you envision that project in 4 years?
Yeah. So I'll answer this. Uh, it's actually a very important question to envision your project, and we have thought a lot about it. Our vision for the next 4 years will be to expand our project and with the number of entrepreneurs, and not just with the number of entrepreneurs beneficiaries that we have created, but also the customer beneficiaries that we have already created. And we also believe that technologically the product should be much enhanced. And currently we have been successful in making a good robust product. It's a great product right now, but we also want to improve it to the world standards, and that we can achieve through collaborating with expertise in industries who have expertise in the area. For example, we are hoping to collaborate with TERI, which is the Energy and Research Institute of India, which has a project similar to ours, wherein they are transforming the lives of people by using the renewable energy. In 4 years, we really want to collaborate with them, and target that we have set for ourselves in the next for the next 4 years is that we want to grow each year by about 40% in the terms that in the terms of numbers that we generate from our consumers and the entrepreneurs that we are creating. So 40% increase is the target that we are making for ourselves, that we have set for ourselves.
Great, thank you. And we
Thank
only
you,
have 30 seconds left. I'm going to sneak in one last quick question. What was the impact of the race experience on you as individuals?
As
So I
an
would like to answer
individual,
that question if that's all right.
yeah.
So the race for climate action sharpened our critical thinking skills as well as our analytical skills. Just the experience to, personally interact with men and women and children from all spheres of lives and working alongside like a highly dedicated and passionate team, it made us strive to like improve ourselves continuously and to continue seeking newer, innovative, scalable solutions to the problems that are present in the current status quo and help build a more sustainable future.
Great, thank you. Now for Enactus team number 2, we welcome Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, India with Project Arth.
India is a country known for its ancient heritage and beliefs. Rituals for journey beyond life hold great value in our culture. But have you ever thought what impact do these cremations have? 50 million trees are burned during cremations each year, resulting in 8 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions. Meanwhile, 520 million kgs of cow dung is wasted per day, polluting our rivers. This is where Project Earth comes in. We transformed this wasted cow dung into earth logs of high ecological value to be used for cremations. Cow is considered holy in Indian culture, which makes a product socially acceptable. Soon we realized this waste had more to offer than just logs. We transitioned to a model of self-sustaining gaushalas by producing diyas, clocks, idols, thus generating wealth from waste. The horrifying spread of COVID-19 also bore witness to a dire shortage of wood for cremations. In humbling times like these, Project Earth provided free cremations motivated by a sense of purpose. A purpose that revolves around giving back to this world and making our lives meaningful.
Hi, team number 2. The first question, what did you learn during your race project needs assessment as it relates to beneficiaries and or your customer?
Yeah, hi. So I will take this question. So while doing the need assessment in the initial part of the project, we got to know that we started off with the urban part of India, the capital city Delhi, and we realized that the people of Delhi, they have this zeal inside them to do something good for their climate and the environment in general. But they lack this certain kind of motivation or to say a guide, a path forward. And also, we also realized that they were reluctant with the government schemes because they don't had this whole assurance with the government schemes and the policies. So when we, as young individuals of good technological institutes of India and as a members of Enactus, reached them and when we talked them about the crisis and about solutions which we are bringing in front of them, they were very much impressed and they supported us in many ways. And I must say that it was because of the people, our beneficiaries, and it's a to and fro, it's a give and take kind of thing. We we gave them the prospect of a change, and they supported us in return, which made this whole process very successful. This is one of my key takeaway from my initial lead assessment. Yeah.
Thank you. And where do you see your race project being in 4 years from now?
Okay. So again, I think I can take this question. So yeah, in 4 years, we see Earth at a global level, first of all, and how are we going to make this possible? So we have already started on the same path, and we in the coming few months, or to say in the coming few years, we are going to invest hugely, both monetarily and technologically, also on our R&D, research and development facilities. We are trying to implement and create newer products which are more user friendly, user centric, and can be used for everyday use by the individuals. And apart from that, we will also focus on the marketing aspects of it, because as soon as we are going to expand our product portfolio, it's important that we are creating the awareness for the same among the crowd, and also it's reaching the masses which we are targeting into. So in the coming 4 years, yeah, we are going to expand. We are going to create more and more hubs in and outside India. But apart from that, we are going to increase the market penetration of the present products and dive into newer product generation at a global level.
Can also add
Thank
to
you.
that, we also expect,
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
uh, to, yeah, we also expect about like 25% of the whole cremations that exist in India will be done through cordon logs, and Earth will be the leader in that. So we feel that Earth will be an established brand which will having production hubs in several states, and we will be providing employment to hundreds of workers, which will then lead to more trees saved, less pollution, control CO2 emissions, and hence impacting a global level in 4 years.
Great, thank you. And last question, what was the impact of the race experience on you as individuals?
Yeah, sure. So I personally feel that I have grown as a lot as an individual in the past year, especially the last few months. So basically, the last year, as we all know, the COVID hit, and it has been a drastic experience that how different projects are run. And so continuing a project and doing the extra edge, during such testing times, going to field trips at a time when no one is thinking of moving out, going to different labs and conducting the research work there, and having heated yet very valuable discussions online, make that my experience has been a very positive one. And to think that having successfully hundreds of cremations and leaving a positive impact on the environment gives me confidence on my work and my abilities. And I also, in the last 1 year, I've got a better understanding of the perils that the underprivileged in India have to face. Because in the last 1 year, we have realized that how even the basic need of dignified cremation is not met by many poor in India, and how that we as a project have done good work to make sure that they are able to conduct cremations. And also having conducted work for the whole years, conducted meetings, interacted with different members, and having more and more people having joined for work, I have personally become a much better team player. And I feel that it's these experiences of all the lows and highs that we encounter that we grow as an individual.
Yeah, and
Great, thank you
if
so
I
much.
say about me first, yeah. So if I say
Yeah, go
about
ahead.
me
We have
personally,
1 minute.
yeah. So at a personal level, again, I was able to interact with a lot of people of different diverse fields, different diverse personalities, be it people of low slums to celebrities and movie stars. So this was coming from a person who was very shy and introverted till his higher school, and after after reaching Enactus and this project Earth, I was able to like showcase myself to the crowd, and I was able to express myself. So this was a great positive impact onto me, and I'm sure that this is going to be with me in the coming years and for the future growth of my person, and will be beneficial for my personal development also in the future time. So yeah, that was one of the major impact which Enactus and this project has brought to me. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. And now, time for Enactus team number 3. We welcome Shri Ram College of Commerce, India, with Project Amal. Hi, welcome team number 3. My first question is, what surprised you the most as you worked on your race project over the last year?
Thank you for the question, Sean. So, at the beginning of the project, we were taken aback by the enormity of this issue. I believe the prior teams have very well put, the dire need of action, which even we felt. Like, for a context, more than 500 million tons of stubble is produced annually in India, and like more than 23 million metric tons of crop waste is burnt. Like, wasting the immense potential in agro waste while also polluting the environment. So even as we speak here, the AQI index is touching dangerous levels in New Delhi and the nearby states. So Pulkit and I will both belong to the direst of states, where the stubble burning reaches very high levels during this time of the year. So we felt the need there. And that was a moment of surprise because we've always been living here and we were always indifferent towards it. So as we moved on and on with the project, we saw there was indifference and there was skepticism. Even, in the rural backdrop, they were not very aware of what they're doing. And after explaining them the whole model, after spending time and just explaining how the whole process works, it just began to sink in. And even we were very elated and surprised by the end of it because everyone came together, the local administrations, the children, even, they would go on rallies to banish the practice. So that was very heartening. That is very surprising throughout our journey.
Great, thank you. Where does your team see your race project in 4 years from now?
Yeah, thank you for the question, sir. So, in the next 4 years, we see Amal as a sustainable project which is running pan India and majorly focusing on the in the northern and northeastern regions because of the dire need of intervention there. Also, we see Amal as a complete agro based model in which not only the stubble waste is managed, but the entire agricultural waste is managed, and valuable items or valuable things are like manufactured from it. Also, this is a far fetched vision, but we also wish to intervene in the African region of the world because we feel that there is dire need of our intervention. Though this is an uncharted territory for Enactus SRCC, but considering the rate at which we are growing right now, we feel that this is possible, and if we keep our vision wider, then only we can achieve it.
That's great, thank you. And the last question, what was the impact of the race experience on you as individuals?
I believe Amal has completely changed our outlook towards climate change, like both for me and our whole team. Besides making us more responsible for reducing our carbon footprint, it has also made us responsive towards the community and the lives of farmers. As a result, we've become better both as individuals and as citizens. So I'll just give you a very quick example. I was very skeptical about drinking a glass of cow milk because of the emissions it produces in the environment, right? So all these little things you get to know when you're part of the solution, and you get to know that it is so difficult to correct something and so easy to spoil it. So when we talk about India, there's a clear dichotomy between urban and rural landscape, and when it comes to issues like stubble burning, the privileged section is some, like, we don't really know about it. And that's what I guess the prior teams very well put, that sitting here at our home at a comfortable place, we don't know what is going on. So Amal was an opportunity where we came to come out of that callous attitude, the sheer indifference, and go out and work for this purpose. It also made us more confident that we can bring out a solution and work towards solving the gravest of problems in India. And that is why it's so heartening to see that so many teams are from India, in fact. So that's really great. And I believe that a step in the right direction creates a ripple effect. So we saw even our peers, being more interested in the project, asking us what is going on. So all of that is really heartening.
Also, adding
Great,
on
thank
to
you.
that, it it has really made collaborative in nature. We have been in talks with various Enactus teams. Me and Parisha being from commerce background, we were not very well versed with the technical part of how we should manage this trouble. But making various collaborations with our various knowledge partners from one of the most reputed institutes of India, be it ICR Creda or me or having from JNU University on board. It really made us understand the nitty-gritties of how we can handle the stubble and what potential does stubble have. So all of this made us really think out of the box, and like as Parisha said, Amal has really made us very diverse, and I think that the way we have been able to develop the team spirit, we have been able to reach out to the farmers directly and know the ground reality. All of this has made a great change in both of us.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sean. That was great.
Thank you.
Please welcome Enactus team number 4 from RW2H in Germany, Project Recycle.
This is Rwanda. Over 90% of households in Rwanda are buying wood or coal as fuel for cooking. That's an issue because they cost families up to a third of their income, and most of the wood is cut from the endangered rainforests of the country. The alternative is harvest waste. Many parts of farmers' crops go unused, like stems and leaves, and could be turned into a sustainable and renewable fuel. Recycle has developed a cost-effective, easy-to-use pyrolysis system that can turn 20 kg of harvest waste into biochar in just over an hour. One system can supply a family or a small community. But why stop there? Because excess coal can be sold for a profit, and biochar can do even more. Together with normal biowaste, microorganisms and sometimes a fertile soil called terra preta can be produced that enhances the resilience of the soil by storing water and nutrients, which increases plant growth and yields. Right now, Recycle is expanding with new project partners in Malawi and Namibia. Our long-term goal is to establish the Recycle barrel in even more countries to fight climate change and poverty all around the globe. Recycle. Green charcoal for the world.
Hi, welcome. Who would make an ideal collaboration partner for your project and why?
Hello, Sean. I'm David from Recycle, and a great collaboration partner for us might be Amal. You heard about them just before this, and we actually talked to them during the race because our focus is really similar. We both produce coal, and I think we can learn a lot from each other and really use the Enactus community to boost both of our projects.
Yes. Great, thank you. And where do you see your race project being in 4 years from now?
Hi, it's Charlotte from Recycle, and I would answer this question. We think that we will have established an organization in Rwanda, which with our partners right there, and then we will take our focus to Malawi right now, where we developed the concept of terra preta, or we use it. We didn't develop it, but we use it to use the coal even further than just for biochar. And it will also make a better impact, as you just saw in the video, on climate, because you will turn soil into fertile land, which is really good. And we will focus on that in 4 years because we have our coal business already running in Rwanda.
Great, thank you. And what was the impact of the race experience on you two as individuals?
For me personally, I learned a lot. I mean, one very practical skill is the video making, something I wasn't engaged with before, but also talking to professionals. We too had a talk about our project, and had a great talk Gero from um, Gero Miche, and all the people that are within the race and like help us and show us that the work that we're doing is interesting and has a lot of potential. That was, yeah, a great learning experience for me. And Charlotte, you're trying to say something.
Yeah, sorry. I also learned a lot because we had to work with different medias and the video making. Like we did the whole video, the 7 minutes video on our own, and it was really really nice to experience that creative view to present your project. But I also learned even more, even though I'm in this project for a time now, about our project, because I looked at every aspect our projects involves with. So normally I'm just with the coal, and then I learned more about Terra Preta and stuff like this. That was really, really, really interesting for me.
Great, thank you so much. And now for our final Enactus team, number 5 from Hans Raj College, India, with Project Vridi.
Delhi is reeling on a severe air pollution right ahead of Diwali.
India is one of the countries hit hardest by the global climate crisis. The situation is worsening day by day. In November 2019, the air quality levels of Delhi, the capital of India, rose to dangerously high levels. Majority of this pollution was due to stubble burning, the practice of setting fire to crop residue practiced by farmers. To convert ash into opportunity, Enactus Hansraj came up with Project Vriddhi, an initiative conceptualized to curb stubble burning by utilizing it for productive purposes. Currently functioning under 3 diverse verticals. Tabdeel aims at uplifting the farmers by acquainting them with stubble-based mushroom cultivation. Shilpkari aims at reviving the Indian handicrafts industry by producing stubble-made handicrafts and fostering financial independence among rural women. Nirman, our third vertical, addresses the issue of open defecation by establishing low-cost toilets made of stubble bowls. Our latest addition, Restove, aims to replace traditional cook stoves with eco-friendly biogas plants. With an unflinching zeal to tackle the ever-growing problem of air pollution, we have so far stopped burning of 624 tons of stubble, prevented 911 tons of carbon dioxide emissions, while impacting 200 plus farmers, 50 plus women, and 100 slum families. With this spirit in mind, we dream, we believe, we achieve. We are Enactus Hansraj.
Welcome, team number 5. Explain how the Enactus values of integrity, passion, innovation, and collaboration apply to your race project.
Hello, Sean. This is Japnesh from Enactus Hansraj. So, the very spirit of Enactus lies in solving social issues like through entrepreneurial ideas. And we at Enactus Hansraj also have at our projects have believed in the very same concept to focus on impacting more and more lives every day. Because we believe that if everyone is moving forward together, then the success takes care of itself. Through Project Vriddhi, we have tried to inculcate the spirit of hope, create opportunities for the entrepreneurs, and even bridge the gap between available resources and for those who are in need of these resources. So we always try and strive that our actions and our passion helps our target communities, and thereby we are able to uplift numerous communities. Even after the successful establishment of our first vertical, the stubble to mushroom vertical, we did not halt our efforts towards the growth of the project, particularly like owing to the essence of enactors and striving for excellence and innovation. A lot of research and development went into place to add value to this project further, and then we arrived at the further verticals that we now operate. So all has been due to the ethics and principles we abide by, owing to enactors. I would also like to add that it was no surprise that when we as more powerful, we try to empower each other. That is the reason that we also focus on collaborations. rather than competition with other Enactuses. So we collaborated with Enactus Munich, and they are solving one of the challenges that we had at Project Vriddhi in one of our verticals. So, being an international organization, we Enactus integrates people across all the globe, and by working together, pooling our resources, and building on our strength, we definitely believe that we can accomplish great things.
Great. Thank you so much. Where does your team see your race project being in 4 years from now?
Thank you for the question. I would like to answer that. So, we have already realized the scope of expansion in our project offered through the wide scope of utility in using crop residue. So, in Tabdeel, which is our mushroom vertical, we will be adding more farmers under our project by expanding not just to other parts of North India, but making it a pan India endeavor. We would like to see the project having multiple cold storage facilities throughout the country to actually become a big player in this segment, having nationwide operations. Under Shilpkari, which is our handicrafts vertical, apart from adding more entrepreneurs, we will focus on optimizing our online presence and curate an umbrella e-commerce platform for multiple crop residue based products in domains like sustainable fashion, utility items, etc. for the market, which is for the market seeking responsible consumption. In 4 years, we expect the project to have a widespread washroom establishment in rural hotspots. In this time, we would also like to utilize this functionality of crop residue made boards to get into the production of designer partition boards for architecture and furniture made out of crop residue. We also wish to establish Restove, which is our biogas vertical, as a commercially operating business with diversifications into bioenergy pellets made from compressed agro waste. So ultimately, we would want the project to have made a multifold impact from how it stands today.
Great, thank you. And the last question, what was the impact of the race experience on you as individuals?
Thank you, Sean, for the question. So, I believe, like, as an individual, the race experience was completely full of learnings for me. So, what impacted me the most was how the race experience made me look at things and problems from a very fresh perspective. So, working in Project Vriddhi and essentially seeing value in waste and utilizing that waste in so many different productive uses completely shifted my perspective towards problems in general, and also made my problem solving approach maybe much more positive. With innovation, like, we realize that we can seek out solutions to any problem, how big or small it would appear in the beginning. So what just awaits us is that we start working on that. Talking about the power of social entrepreneurship that we imbibe in all our actions at Enactus, I think we were able to empathize and work towards the upliftment of many underprivileged communities. We have had the opportunity to work with various communities, and maybe it was these learnings at project that imbibed us to change their lives for the better. uh, Working in close contact with these communities and solving their problems made us realize that how kindness can be the thing to change lives. We have received immense support and love from our communities, which just shows that how a small step taken in the right direction can actually lead to a much bigger impact with the support and love of the beneficiaries you are working for. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you to all the teams who've competed. And now back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, teams, and thank you, Sean, and thank you, Intuit. From 138 teams entering the World Race for Climate Change, that is our top 5. We have just listened to a short version of their 7-minute presentation. You, along with the judges, are invited to watch their full 7-minute presentations by going to Race Page right here on the EWC platform. Who will be number 1 in the race for climate action? It's all in the finals this Thursday at the Enactus World Cup 2020. All teams are encouraged to collaborate throughout the year and continue to scale their project and share open source innovation to create greater impact. Much more to come at the Enactus World Cup tomorrow and Thursday, when the top 2 winners of this race will be announced. Who will it be? Probably not me, but happy to be here as your co-host, along with Adesina Sanchez. I'm Jeff Houghton. Thank you, and see you soon for more of the Enactus World Cup 2021.